You have a job, but you want to make more money and obtain financial independence. The issue is, you don't exactly have 8 hours a day to spend on building new income streams. So what are you supposed to do? Are you just screwed? You see, if you want to make more money, it is crucial that you understand that trading your time for money will only get you so far. I mean, even if you wanted to, you couldn't spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, grinding, working to make more money. And that's why in this video, we are going to work our way through different levels, different ways of making money. Think of it as if you were playing a game. With each new level comes new rewards, new accomplishments that you unlock. But to get to level 50, you first need to start at level 1. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will always be poor. If you were to ask most people, how can I make more money? How can I actually get rich? They'll tell you, well, start to work longer hours. Because the truth is, that's all they know how to do. And they would probably also tell you that you can't really get rich. You need to be extremely lucky, have the right genes, have the right parents, or become famous. I mean, for most people, getting rich, becoming a millionaire, it is so improbable. It's like winning the lottery. But those people, what they don't understand is that they can make the conscious decision to make the right choices every single day that will lead them in the right direction. And why not everyone might become a millionaire? If a lot of people started to do the right things from a financial point of view, they would get a lot closer to making a lot more money. Now that said, when you're just starting out, you'll typically have two options to choose from. You'll either find yourself in the kind of situation where you have more money than time, but for a lot of people it's going to be the opposite. They'll have more time than money to invest in building new income streams. But that is why at first, I'll be completely honest, you'll still need to trade some of your time for money unless you already have 100k, 200k, 300k or even more to invest in building new income streams. I mean, the more money you have set aside, the easier and the faster it's going to be to start making more money. I mean, it's like if you pick up a brand new video game, let's say there are 50 levels. Like when you reach level 50, you've completed the game. If you start at level 0, it's going to be a way harder journey and it's going to be a lot longer to get to level 50 as if you start the game at level 45. In real life, the equivalent of starting on level 45, it would be to get lucky, to have rich parents, to have the right opportunities at the right time. Or maybe you've worked hard for so long, so now you're at level 45 compared to someone who just started yesterday. The first income stream that you can build is to sell your own digital products. The pros of selling digital products is that profit margins are typically very high because there are very little costs involved in their creation. When you create an ebook, an online course, it's not going to cost you raw materials, it's not going to cost you manufacturing or even shipping because everything is done remote online. When a customer buys your ebook, your online course, they'll get access to it directly through a software, through a platform. So it's going to cost you a fraction of the money as if you were to sell physical products. Now, when you sell digital products, you can reach anyone in the world. Whereas if you had, let's say, a small tea shop in a small town, it would be very difficult to go past the local clientele. So very quickly you'll be limited. In fact, your revenue would be directly linked to the amount of people in your customer pool. Now, I'll be completely honest. The truth is that digital products are very hit or miss. Yes, it's possible to make a lot of money selling digital products, but to be able to do so, you'd need to invest months of your time, do a lot of research to find a specific need in a specific market and fill that gap. Provide people with exactly what they want, because you don't want to make this rookie mistake of giving people something that they don't care about. I've learned from many successful people, whether it was in books, by following their courses, or even by watching YouTube videos. And if I can guarantee one thing, it's that they never made any money as long as they were trying to shove products down people's throats. If people don't want something, they don't have a need for it, you're not going to make any sales. That is why when you build digital products, you need to be sure that people are going to want to buy these. That's typically why you don't want to be the first one to sell something. A lot of people think, no one is selling that, I'll be the first, so I'll make millions of dollars. I have a revolutionary idea. In reality, what you don't see is that probably a lot of people, dozens, maybe thousands of people try to start before you and sell the same thing. But they all failed, they all quit because it wasn't profitable. So if you see a big market with lots of competition, don't be afraid. It's actually a very good sign. Competition is the sign of a very healthy market, a very profitable market. Because if there was no money to be made in that niche, people wouldn't be fighting so hard for a spot at the table. But the main downside of digital products is that you could spend months of your time building the product, thinking it's gonna sell like hotcakes, and then it turns out no one buys it. The months fly by and then no sales. It can be extremely discouraging, especially when it's like your baby in a way. It's your creation. You've spent so much time, so much effort, so much research into building that digital product and then no one buys it. It is a complete deception. Now, the second income stream that you can build is affiliate marketing. The biggest pro with affiliate marketing is that you're not going to be creating a product yourself. And like we've seen it can take months, sometimes even years, and it's very costly. Not to mention that if no one buys it, you've wasted a lot of your time and maybe even thousands of dollars in the process. So with affiliate marketing, you don't need to worry about product and development research. You also won't need to worry about customer support, service delivery. All you would need to do as an affiliate marketer is to bring more sales to the person or the business selling different products and services. Every time someone clicks on your link or buys the product or the service using your promotion code, you're referral code, you will get paid a certain percentage, a commission. It could be 10%, 20%, 50%. It's really going to depend on the creator of the product. Like on some digital products worth $1,000, you can sometimes get a 50% commission. So for every sale, you'd make $500. If you make a sale a day, you're making $15,000 per month. Just imagine how different your life could be if you were making that kind of money consistently every single month. It could truly change your life. You'd never have to worry about the price of things ever again. You could provide for the people that you love. Take the person that you love out to the best restaurant in the city and pay the bill like a gentleman. Imagine what a feeling it would give you to work for yourself, to be your own boss, to be free. Now the downside of affiliate marketing is that you're going to be earning less money than if you were to sell your own products and services. And the hardest part, of course, it is to get traffic in front of the offer that you're selling. The more traffic you can get, the more eyeballs that you get in front of your offer, the more money you're going to generate. In any business, really the hardest part is client acquisition, gaining more visibility. Otherwise, it would be too easy. Everyone could become a millionaire in just 90 days. But affiliate marketing is typically a lot less work compared to other businesses because you can simply find a product and go straight to selling. Because if you had to create the product yourself and also build the audience or have the money for paid advertising to make sales, it would be a lot more complicated. It would take up a lot more of your time and also require a lot more money. That's why it's typically a great business model for beginners, especially if you use organic marketing. You make videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. Every time you get a customer, it's essentially for free. All it took you was to create the piece of content. If you make a video a week, it gets 100,000 views. You could make a lot of sales with your affiliate marketing business. And all it took you was creating one video per week. Then you could hire a thumbnail maker, a video editor, and in reality, it would be pretty passive. You wouldn't have to do much of anything, yet you'd be making more than some doctors. That is why the internet is insane. You can make so much money with an online business. Most jobs, they can't compete with having an online business because not only do you get to make $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, even $30,000 a month, over $100K per year, but you get to do it anywhere in the world. You can travel whenever you want, provide for the people that you love, have fun, have hobbies, you've got free time, and if you want to scale the business, you can. You can hire people, delegate, so you don't have to do everything yourself and be overwhelmed. Now, another income stream that you can build while you still have a job is real estate rental units. If you've got some money, let's say 100K, 200K saved up, or if you want to go to the bank, request a loan, you can acquire a property and then to make money with it, you can list that place on Airbnb, Booking.com, and rent it to travelers. I mean, with the growing popularity of those platforms, a lot more people are actually booking a place to stay for the holidays or just whenever they're traveling. For a lot of people, Airbnbs offer many more advantages than simple hotels. For instance, a kitchen, a garden, the feeling of having a home, more space, etc. The best part about doing this is that you can automate the whole process. You can get someone to do the cleaning for you. You can install a self-check-in system. The guests will be able to enter the building without your physical presence required. So not only do you acquire assets, which will over the course of years gain in value, make you richer, increase your net worth, but you get paid every single month. Now, of course, it's not going to be accessible to everyone right from the start. And in fact, I wouldn't advise it to beginners. If you're a beginner, the best thing that you can do is to start a service-based online business. That is why the next income stream is to start selling services online. You can either sell services to other businesses or to other individuals. For instance, if you were to sell a service to a business, it could be something like lead generation, video editing to boost their visibility on social media platforms. For a business, it's very valuable and it's typically very time consuming. Sometimes business owners don't have the expertise or the skills or even the time to do these things yourself, so they would gladly pawn it off to someone else and they'd be willing to pay that person a couple $1,000s per month. Because for a business, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, it's not that much. For a lot of people, 10K per month, it's like a lot of money. But for a business that makes $10,000 per month is a very small business. Some businesses make billions of dollars, so in comparison, 10K is nothing. And when you sell a service to a business, oftentimes for them it's a bigger advantage than hiring someone in-house, bringing in an employee, because they won't have to pay you for sick days, holidays, they pay you for the work that you do. But not only that, they can deduct it from their business taxes. So again, it's even more of a benefit for them to hire you as opposed to getting another employee. Now, if you were to sell services to individuals, it could be helping people to quit an addiction. Let's say you personally, you've struggled with alcoholism. You could help other people to quit that addiction. If you've struggled with your marriage, but you've been able to fix it and avoid a very costly divorce, you could help other people to do the same. You've got to realize one thing. Money derives from value. The more value you can provide to other people, the more money you're gonna make. I mean, if you take a look at the wealthiest people on the planet, they're all people who provided massive value to others. They didn't spend all day in their basement playing video games. Instead, instead, they massively helped humanity. And so because you bring a lot of value to customers, you bring a lot more value to customers if you sell services as opposed to if you sold, let's say, some kind of lamp by doing dropshipping. So naturally, for that reason, you can charge high ticket prices, typically anywhere from $1,500 up to $10,000 per deal per customer. And if you sell recurring services like, let's say, lead generation, Facebook advertising, it's gonna be a monthly recurring fee because every single month the business will still need your services, so they'll keep paying you. So with just one single customer at $2,000 per month, $3,000 per month, you can quit your job. Freedom is literally within arm's reach with this business model. Whilst with dropshipping, you need to sell hundreds, if not thousands of items every single month. Now, the way that we sell services is by leveraging the skills and the work experience of contractors. Because if you were to do everything by yourself, you'd very quickly be overwhelmed and you would basically be a glorified freelancer. This way of doing consulting, of selling services online, basically removed all barriers to entry. Because now you don't have the excuse of, I don't know how to do lead generation, I don't know how to edit videos for people. Now you can leverage the work and the experience of someone else and pay them a very fair price to do the work for your customers. So essentially you're a middleman. You keep a part of the profits and you make money by hiring people and connecting customers with sellers. If you take a look at Airbnb.com, at Booking, at Uber, they don't own any cars. They don't hire drivers per se. They get people, sellers and buyers to use the platform. Like Airbnb doesn't own any apartments, any homes itself. It allows people who own real estate properties to list the property on the platform and make money by renting that place to tenants, to travelers. And those companies, they make billions of dollars because they understood how to do business the smartest way possible without all of the downside and all of the risk. Now, if you want to figure out how you too can leverage this new economy and start your own service-based online business, I've recorded a step-by-step guide in which I explain everything. And I'm also going to share with you, for completely free, the 3-step process you can use to get ahead of 99% of the competition and get your first customers as quickly as possible. It's the first link in the description if you'd like to learn more about it. Moving on to the next income stream, building an e-commerce store using organic marketing. The thing is, when you start a business, especially if you're a beginner, you don't want to take on a lot of risk. You don't want to get a hurricane debt. That's the old way of doing things. If you wanted to open up a brick and mortar business, you would have needed to do that. But with the recent lockdowns all over the world, plenty of people have realized the people who made the most money, it's the people who had an online business. It wasn't the gyms, they were closed, or the restaurants, or the hair salons, or any other kind of brick and mortar business. E-commerce is a booming industry. You can really make a lot of money with it. The only downside really is that profit margins will be lower than if you were to sell services. But nowadays with TikTok, you can start making some content, build a Shopify store, and start getting some sales very rapidly. And every time you get a customer, it's essentially free money, or at least it's as close to free as it gets, because it doesn't cost you much money aside from the time, and later on you can hire video editors, people who make the content for you. But when you're just starting out, you can simply review the product, make videos on YouTube, on TikTok, and as you start to get more and more views, month after month, people will be interested in what you have to offer. Some will click on your links, visit your website, your product page, and some will turn into paying customers. And to acquire those customers, it's not like you spend thousands of dollars per day on Facebook advertising, so it barely costs you anything. So if you really want to go for e-commerce, that's the way of doing it. Now, as you start to make more money, you can also leverage influencer marketing, which is extremely powerful to increase brand awareness and get more customers, because people are a lot more likely to buy from an influencer, someone they know, like, and trust. So what you'd need to do is to reach out to influencers in your niche and offer them to receive free products. And if they like the products, they can review them and show them to their audience. Back when I had a dropshipping store in high school with my best friend, that is exactly the method that we used, because we simply couldn't afford to keep running paid advertising. We were broke students. Moving on to the income stream number 6, you can become a coach. If you've got an expertise in a specific area, or if you gathered a lot of knowledge over the years in a specific subject, in a specific field, because let's say you're very passionate about that subject, you could help other people and they could greatly benefit from your expertise. At the end of the day, having a coach is great. It's gonna help you to get to where you want so much faster, because on your own, you'll make countless mistakes, you won't necessarily know what to do, and when you pick up a book at the library, or if you go online, you type some keywords on Google, you will hear so many contradicting advice. It's gonna be extremely confusing to know who to listen to, whose advice to follow, who to trust, and who to ignore. Having a coach removes all the headache. Someone just tells you exactly what you need to do, you do it, and you'll get results. So let's say you managed to drop 30 pounds without restricting yourself and spending all day on a treadmill. A lot of people are in the same situation, and they wish they had someone like you to help them along their journey. You could even move on to group coaching to coach more people at one given time and double your income. income, while at the same time working the same amount of hours. Moving on to income stream number 7, investing in the stock market. Now, investing in the stock market is probably the most passive way of making money. Now, you need to do a lot of research up front, make sure that you understand what the stock market is and how it works, what you should invest in, what you should avoid. But then, when you picked which stocks you want to invest in, every single month you'll only need to spend at best a couple hours reviewing your portfolio. It's not really going to take you that much time. It's very passive. So the upside of investing in the stock market is that it's very low maintenance, but it's a very long-term game. If you start investing right now, especially if you don't have $100K to invest, $1 million to invest, it's not really going to have that much of an impact on the quality of your day-to-day life. But overall, investing in the stock market is a great idea, but you need to be in this for the long term. Income stream number 8, investing in bonds. When you buy a bond, you're essentially lending money to the issuer in exchange for periodic interest payments. This could typically be that you're lending money to a government, to a corporation, and not only will they pay you back, but they'll pay you back with interest on top of it. So it's kind of like if you were to become a mini bank yourself. Now, bonds are known for being less risky than the stock market. They also have a higher yield than a traditional high-yield savings account. Like in mid-22, bonds paid an interest rate of 9.63% because at the time, that's what the inflation rate was. But at the same time, most high-yield savings accounts paid 1/3 of that amount. Now, income stream number 9 is peer-to-peer lending. What you do is that you lend money to small businesses or to individuals themselves through peer-to-peer lending platforms. So it's kind of similar to the way that bonds work. You'll give someone some money, and on top of having to pay you back that exact amount, you'll earn interest as well. What it's going to allow you to do is to diversify your investment portfolio beyond simply owning assets like stocks or bonds. And similarly to bonds, the return on investment is typically higher than a traditional high-yield savings account. The downside is that peer-to-peer lending is less regulated than traditional banking, and that is why it can expose you to more risks. And that's partly because peer-to-peer investments are not typically insured by government agencies. So as you can see, some of the income streams we talked about have the potential to make you 6, 7, even sometimes 8 figures a year, while other income streams will require some money to get started but are very passive. They'll only take you a couple hours per month to review, and over the course of decades, long term, they will increase your net worth significantly and earn you even more money. And on top of that, they protect you from inflation, because as liabilities lose value over the years, assets gain value and increase your net worth and your income. Now, my team and I have created a highly dedicated community of entrepreneurs who work for a better life. If you want to start making money online, you want to make your dreams come true, you want to improve every aspect of your life and meet like-minded people, the best thing you can do is to join the Fasting Club. Our goal is to help as many people as possible to build a profitable online business and break free from the 9-to-5 tyranny. If you'd like to learn more about it, it's the second link in the description below. Keep in mind, we don't accept everyone and spots are very limited. Now, with that said, as always, I am waiting for you on the other side.